What's up, everybody? Welcome to Steel City Fandom. This is one of our infamous YouTube specials
that we haven't done in like 6 years.
Yeah, they're infamous.
Still eat it.
You're not going to pay attention. It's fine. I want to say thank you for listening. If you found us on the interwebs, check out our regular podcast that drops weekly on Fridays. You can find us on such things as Spotify or Soundgarden or what's that one? SoundCloud. Or
Soundgarden. The band listens to us. They buy our shirts.
Just Google us and we'll show up on your social media and it'll tell you where to listen to and links and stuff. I'm an idiot, so don't.
Yeah, well, we haven't done this in a while. We're all together here tonight,
which doesn't happen very often anymore.
And we had a nice dinner, so we figured why don't we do something fun? And I saw this weeks ago on. I think Barstool did it, or once somebody did it once. They had these up where we've done bracket things before.
I love a good bracket.
And this is a small bracket, but it's best comedy movie of the 21st century. And since a lot of these movies are probably movies we've seen a bunch of times since, this is kind of our era. I know we're 80s and 90s people, but early 2000s, we were still younger guys. I figured we'd go through this, see if we can just have some fun with it, picking through here. So, I'll give you the brackets. I'll run down the bracket real quick.
Okay.
So, the bracket on the left side, you have Superbad, Horrible Bosses, Dodgeball, Tropic Thunder, Step Brothers, Role Models, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, 21 Jump Street. On the right side, you have The Other Guys, Ted, 40-Year-Old Version, Anchorman, Borat, Wedding Crashers, Hangover, and Old School. Just glancing at it, I already know we're going to have some arguments, so this should be fun. So we'll just go through it, go down the list here. Official rules are, if we tie, since there's four of us, Justin's going to look up is it biggest weekend or highest grossing?
Overall
total. We'll let the box office decide who went and saw it the most, what was better.
Except for the final. We have to argue the final out till there's a winner.
Okay. Well, we can try. We can try. We'll weigh in other factors like box office, opening weekend when we get to the final. But till we get to the final, we're going off the facts. Okay?
All right. Sounds good.
So we're going to start over here on the left side first of the bracket, and we're going to do Superbad versus Horrible Bosses. Horrible Bosses, I mean, everybody knows what these movies were. Everybody knows who's in Superbad. I love both of these movies.
I don't like this pairing.
It's a tough one right at the back because I really like these. I'll go first. Even though I love Horrible Bosses, I'd pick Superbad.
Superbad's a great movie, and I'm going to go Superbad. Mostly because I've never seen Horrible Bosses.
Oh, well, there you go.
and Ken loves that Scott Pilgrim guy.
He
plays the same character in every movie.
He does.
Here we go.
But this is what it is.
Ken, no, I like him. Yeah. I'm good.
All right, what would you say, bro?
I like both, but I'll give the edge to Superbad because it's more quotable.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going Superbad as well, just because I've seen Horrible Bosses once. I've seen Superbad multiple times.
Horrible Bosses is really good.
It is.
And the sequel's good too. But,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right.
Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, that one was an easy,
get out of here,
clean sweep. So there you go. Next one we're going to is Dodgeball or Tropic Thunder. Both. I don't really care too much for either one of these movies, I'll be honest with you.
Me neither.
Like, I've seen both of them, and I laughed at both of them. They were both entertaining. But, they're not rewatchable to me enough where I gotta see these.
Well, let me go. I'll go first on this one.
All right, you go first on this one.
I saw both of these. I liked Tropic Thunder a lot. I agree with you. I don't think it's rewatchable. I think Dodgeball is rewatchable and more quotable, so I'm going to go with Dodgeball.
Brock?
This is another tough one because I'm not really a big fan of either. I thought Dodgeball was stupid.
Yeah.
More stupid than funny.
Okay.
I have a feeling that me and you are going to clash a lot about that, where I think stupid stuff is funny.
We have different humor. Yeah. Tropic Thunder, so 1-1.
Dodgeball.
I think it's going to be the first tie. We're going to have to look. I like Tropic Thunder better.
Dodgeball.
I have a feeling that Tropic Thunder made more money, and I'm okay letting this.
I bet Dodgeball made more money.
I don't know. I mean,
when it came out.
Dodgeball to me, I don't know. It's just Vince Vaughn, and it's okay. I never really
Potato Internet.
Oh, the worst.
Potato Internet.
It's a good thing we're recording an internet show.
Do I need to pause while the internet?
We might have to.
Did it just die on
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Well, that's what I'll do.
Well,
I'll pause so it doesn't go long. Pause.
Ball.
Okay,
Okay,
we're
yeah,
back.
go
Go ahead.
All right. Dodgeball worldwide gross
What?
$168.4 million.
Okay.
It's a lot for the time.
And Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder, 195.7.
Wow, I'm actually surprised by that.
Tropic Thunder takes it.
Tropic Thunder takes it. Okay. Next, we have Step Brothers, highly quotable movie, and Role Models, which I also like a lot too.
This is a tough choice.
These seedings are way off.
The seedings were way off. So let's start with you, Brock. What's your thoughts on these two movies?
As much as I hate Will Ferrell,
Yeah.
I think Step Brothers is better.
Okay. It's tough. Role Models has some good lines in it, but I'll go next. I agree. I like Will Ferrell. I love Step Brothers. It's one of the, to me, the most. I can rewatch it 100 times in a row, and it's always funny to me. So I'm going to go 2 for Step Brothers here. Justin?
I have to go Step Brothers.
Okay.
So, I think that if Role Models were up against Dodgeball,
Yes.
that should be. But also, then it comes down to it. Guess what? Step Brothers are going to fight him in the second round. So let's just get it. Role Models is such a great movie. It's like there's boobies everywhere.
It is
the hillside.
And isn't it the Ben Affleck line in that movie? You white, you Ben Affleck. I mean, it's good. But again, it was
Motherfucking Catalina wine mixer.
Pow!
yeah. So it's tough. That's a tough mixture for Role Models there.
Yeah.
So going down here now, I'll just be honest. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is a big time favorite movie of mine. So Forgetting Sarah Marshall against 21 Jump Street. We're going to go to Justin first here this time. What are your thoughts on these two? How do you feel about these movies? Because I know you're a big chanting on your Tatum guy and all that.
The problem is this is the wrong one.
Oh.
I actually like 22 Jump Street.
For F's sakes.
I like the second one better than
I never
the
even
first
seen
one.
the second one.
Can I make a confession? I never saw this movie, so I got to go Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
One for Forgetting Sarah Marshall. What do you think, Justin?
I still think I'm going to go 21 Jump Street.
Okay.
Sorry, you're going to lose, Justin, because Forgetting Sarah Marshall is one of the greatest movies of all time.
It is.
It is going to go way past the first round.
It really is that good.
And I'll talk about it later when we got to go head to head. But I still listen to his song Dracula's Lament. It is an amazing song.
It is. And I also like Inside of You by Infinite Sorrow, which I think is a great song too. So we're already at a crazy matchup in the second round there, but
that's tough.
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the other side. A movie that I think sometimes is funny, but I never really got, is The Other Guys. Since The Other Guys going up against Ted, which I feel Ted is a movie you either hate it or you love it. I feel there's no in between on that movie. Your thoughts?
I'm going to go, because it's the battle is... what's his name's in both of these stupid movies?
Yeah.
I hate
Ken's
It's a
favorite
Mark
actor.
Wahlberg.
I hate Mark Wahlberg.
Ken's favorite actor.
Yeah.
He's the worst. But if I had to watch any Mark Wahlberg movie, I'm watching Ted. So I'm going to vote for Ted.
Okay. Justin?
Ted.
Yeah, that's easy for him. Brock?
I'm going to go Ted as well.
Yeah.
I think Ted 2 was better.
I don't know how The Other Guys gets ranked at number 2 over The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
The Other
and
Guys has
Anchorman.
one joke.
Yeah.
And
It's one joke the entire movie.
Yeah.
It's like his wife's so hot, and he bangs all these.
And if it had been tied, Ted made almost $550 million to the other guy's 170.
And the only thing The Other Guys had was also that The Rock and Samuel Jackson died in the first 5 minutes of the movie,
Yeah.
which was a shock.
But, I mean, I really think that... isn't Michael Keaton in this movie? Him
just
doing
quotes the
TLC stuff is very entertaining.
I know what you're talking about, guys.
When he's like, don't go chase one, they're like, come on! And he's like, I seriously don't get it. Like, he's saying all this TLC. They're like, you're literally quoting TLC every time. I find that very entertaining. So,
But
yeah, it loses out to Ted. Ted, The original Ted, I can't remember the last time I laughed that hard in a movie theater the first time I saw it.
Did we go see it as a group?
I think so.
No, I think I saw this on my own.
No, it's Ted 2 we saw together.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing and then he starts singing the. Are we allowed to swear in this one?
Yeah.
He does the "Fuck You Thunder."
Yeah.
Like, is amazing.
That and that fight that they have in that hotel is unbelievably funny.
Yeah.
When he pulls Mark Wahlberg's pants down and is beating him with that TV antenna, I mean, I thought I was going to choke. I was laughing so
I feel like we need to say this for the next round. We've all voted
right.
our way. Let's go to the
We
next.
love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so 40-year-old virgin versus Anchorman. This
That's
is
easy.
interesting because I feel like a lot of people are
I
one
don't
or
like
the
either
other.
one of these movies.
You don't like either one. Now, I'll start on this one. I love the 40-year-old virgin. I've never been a big Anchorman fan. Has a couple funny lines and all that. 40-year-old virgin, to me, I watched it 100 times when it came out. So I'd go 40-year-old virgin. Brock?
If I had to pick, I'd say 40-year-old virgin.
Okay. Ken?
Here's my problem: is Ken 15 years ago is going to vote different than Ken today.
Okay.
Like 30-year-old Ken would have thought Anchorman was the shit and laughed so hard. And now when I watch 40-year-old virgin, I like that style more. So right now,
Now you are a 40-year-old.
yes, 45-year-old virgin. Like when Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen, because that's before Seth Rogen was like really known.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there, it's like, you know how you're gay? You make
Again, we can use that as a defense later on. That's a very good movie.
So that is, I'm going to go 40-year-old virgin.
Justin?
I'm Anchorman. The 40-year-old virgin for me is okay. I don't like cringy, uncomfortable humor, and there's so much of that movie. Oh God!
I agree with you.
Secondhand embarrassment.
I get that 100%, but I don't think that's as bad as other things I've seen because, like, I don't know. To me, it's all the one-liners. Like, well, yeah, that's so and so. That's Steve Austin's boss. Of course he's more valuable than Steve Austin.
Yeah, there's so many things in that movie I identified with, other than being a virgin. Was that the toy collecting and all that, the way he was, like it was, being hairy, getting waxed.
What was it? It's like you have a frame picture of Europe, a frame poster of Europe,
of Asia.
Yeah. It's like the band Asian is.
And you love Paul Rudd.
Yeah, so Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
but Paul Rudd's in both these. It's the same cast essentially, except for minus.
It's going to be
what's
tough.
his name? Will Ferrell, but.
So next we have a movie that some people love, some people totally hate, is Borat, and then Wedding Crashers. Justin, what's your thoughts on these two?
I don't like really either of these.
You don't like Wedding Crashers.
But I hate Borat, so I'm going to go Wedding Crashers.
Okay. Brock?
I'm going to go Borat for what it was and that he was able to play all these people. I mean, you'll never be able to do it again.
Yeah.
So I think you got to...
Well, he tried.
You did.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Borat.
It was shockingly funny. What do you think, Ken?
This goes back to 30 years ago when I was the ripe age of 15.
Yeah.
Borat was what I loved earlier, but I can watch Wedding Crashers now and not get that cringy, like secondhand, so I'm going to go Wedding Crashers.
I loved Borat in the theater. Again, I cracked up over that movie, but I watch Wedding Crashers at least once a year. It's that Vince Vaughn in that movie, to me, I don't think there's many people that are that quick in all his lines. It's hilarious.
I like whenever he's talking to the secretary, it's like, so it's strange to spend the birthday with your best friend who's never had a family growing up and does that whole defense.
I mean, when he just meets him on the step and says, like, you saw her, what were their boobs like? Were they made for sport or comfort? Did you motorboat? And just so quick with all those lines, cracks me up. So, yeah, Wedding Crashers wins that one. Again, I think Borat would have been better in a different category here, but... I like a lot of movies in this thing. This is very tough for me. Next, we have Hangover and Old School. I feel like these are also movies that have big cult followings, and you fall in one category. You quote Old School constantly, or you quote Hangover constantly. And it depends if you're a Will Ferrell guy. There's a lot in here. Yeah. So, Brock, what are your thoughts on this one?
It's pretty easy for me. It's a Hangover.
You're not a Will Ferrell guy.
No.
Yeah. So
I've seen
my
it
wife
all.
hates him too.
Yeah. But if you've seen one Will Ferrell movie, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
He's the exact same character in every movie.
Ken, what do you feel?
And he's not funny.
I am the exact opposite of
You
Brock.
hate The Hangover.
I hate The Hangover. I think that
That's what I mean. This is a group. It's either one or the other. People, I see people all the time who are like, The Hangover's the worst. Other people are like, it's the greatest thing in the world. You know, like you're one or the other.
I didn't say that.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're into one or the other. A lot of people don't like Will Ferrell, but a lot of people don't like
Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis in movies. He's the same, they feel, or they don't like Bradley Cooper.
I think that The Hangover was funny when I watched it the first time, and it immediately fell off after I watched it again. Where Old School I like and enjoy multiple viewings. So like
The same band performs in both these movies.
really,
Yeah, because what's that band or
The
what?
Dan Band?
is that the I Need You Now?
Yeah, the Dan Band or
The
whatever.
Dan Band.
Yeah, they perform in both these movies.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's a good bit of trivia.
Yeah, that guy's hilarious. Well, he was in all these movies. I feel like making these songs.
He was in The Wedding Singer. They were in The Wedding Singer too, weren't they?
I don't know.
I don't know if they were in. I can't remember.
No Adam Sandler representation on this list.
Yeah, no. Well, I think this
because he's not funny.
He was past his prime by this time. Justin, what's your thoughts on this? So far we have one Hangover, one Old School.
I'm gonna go Old School. I do like The Hangover, but
this is nice.
I quote Old School.
Get your internet up because The Hangover is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh,
It has Tyson.
Oh, so it's already 2-2.
It's
Yeah.
2-2.
Oh, The Hangover killed it. 470 million.
Oh, yeah, the Old School is
87.
I think the Old School didn't get anything into the theater, and anyone who watched it via Hollywood
DVD.
Video. Yeah,
Me and Alex watch The Hangover at least every 3 months. We end up watching it.
could you imagine living with Don Doherty and have a schedule of what you can watch
Well, that's
every
how my
year?
kids are. Like
No.
Alex will be some night
I just wish I had the time to watch the amount of movies he did.
where we sit down at night and I'll be like, oh, that's Dawn on, or that's no new episodes of this we're watching. And be like, can we just watch The Hangover again? Or if we end up going on vacation, we always end up watching The Hangover at some point. Like, I love
good.
it, but it's good stuff. So there you go.
I think they kind of cheapened it by making a sequel. And I think
the sequel has a lot of great lines in it.
I never saw any of the sequels. For it.
So does
I didn't need to see it again.
I think it's a fantastic trilogy.
like none of these Will Ferrell movies get a sequel because it's the same movie. Whenever he just plays a different character.
Yeah,
That's not true.
Where's
Anchorman?
Talladega Nights?
Yeah,
That's
Same character.
I love that movie.
or his ice skating one.
Yep.
Blades of Fury.
Let's
Blades
go to
of
round
Fury.
2.
All right.
Round 2, going to the left side. We have Super Bad versus.
What are we doing for tiebreakers in round 2?
We're same thing.
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Super Bad or Tropic Thunder, Justin.
Super bad.
Okay. No explanation needed. Right to it. Brock.
I'm going to agree with them.
Super Bad.
Let's put in the win category. I'm going to do the same thing.
All right. Super. That was easy for. Well, we know you we know who stars in that movie.
I haven't been like Michael Cera.
No, Michael Cera is. This was, I think, one of Michael Cera's best roles.
When he's singing These Eyes.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's one of my favorite scenes.
It's another movie that I think I quoted nonstop so many things.
As a large man seeing another large man wearing skinny jeans at the end. And he's like, I thought it was funny.
And I mean, a very good looking Emma Stone at a young age. These people that became big stars.
The funny thing when and I can't remember the actor's name, McLovin, when they had the scene in the bedroom, he was only 15 at the time. His mother had to be on set in the room while that was being filmed
With that girl.
Yeah.
Was she way older?
I don't know if she was way older, but he was only 15.
15-year-old
Oh my
boy to
God.
do.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go to Step Brothers versus Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Big matchup here. This is really hard for me. I don't even.
I'm going first.
You're going first.
I really enjoy Step Brothers, but now Forgetting Sarah Marshall is my go-to in this. I like to watch him crying
Surprised
naked,
by that.
and I think it's a more unique comedy.
It is, but it's more emotional too.
It is.
Than being a comedy. I mean, it is funny, but it's Paul Rudd's in a lot of these movies.
Is Paul Rudd in every one of these movies?
He's not
this is
super
like
bad.
He's maybe not Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
But I'm going the Paul Rudd part. Oh, you sound like you're from London.
Yeah, I get it. It's a tough.
When
one.
he's walking down the beach, he goes, "The weather outside is weather." I quote Forgetting Sarah Marshall more than I do.
It's got great lines in it. So you're going Sarah Marshall.
Yeah. So you're eating by yourself. No one's meeting you.
You're going to be bored eating a magazine or
You got a
something?
book or something?
Brock, what do you feel about this matchup?
This is tough. I think I'm gonna go Step Brothers.
Look at that switching on this. That's just Brock doesn't want to agree.
Like
with
it.
me.
Yeah.
Like it. All right. 1 for 1. Justin.
I'm gonna go Step Brothers as well. I like Sarah Marshall, but the full frontal just kills me in that movie.
I usually, but him cry is like, do you want to put some pants on? No.
All right, so break out the thing because I'm going Sarah Marshall. I love Step Brothers, but Sarah Marshall's very for me.
Step
Like
Brothers has to make more money.
It's tough.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall, $105.8 million.
Oh, I wrote it in already. Yeah.
Step Brothers making
Step Brothers, 128.1. So it's not that far over. It's not that far over, but it's
Step Brothers.
It's Step Brothers.
Okay. Sorry, Sarah Marshall. All right, so that side is going to be Superbad versus Step Brothers, which we're going to get to.
Okay.
Interesting. Other side, we have Ted versus the 40-year-old version. Brock, how do you feel about this
I'm
match?
gonna go with Ted.
That was easy for you. Right into it. Justin.
Ted.
2 for Ted. Right down. I don't know on this one. Do you have thoughts on this one?
I do.
Make it easy for me then.
I'm going Ted as well. I love the 4-year-old virgin, but Ted, like, I never got a pop in a movie.
I agree.
Ted,
I like the 40-year-old version, but Ted is it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is that good. All right. I don't even want to do this next one.
This is easy for me. Wedding Crashers over Hangover.
Wedding Crashers and Hangover are so movies that I love, so that's easy for you.
Wedding Crashers.
You're going Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
Brock?
I'm gonna go Wedding Crashers as well.
Okay. I'm definitely going Hangover before you say anything, Justin. So this is on you if you want to tie it, or how do you feel with this one?
I think I'm going to tie it. I think I'm going to go with The Hangover.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I would assume the Hangover made more money than
Yeah,
the
I
Wedding
think so.
Crashers. So
I don't know. That was a big movie, too.
yeah, but
It was popular.
I still think I'm going to go. I think Hangover made more money.
Well, we got,
The Hangover, 469.3. Wedding Crashers, 288.4.
okay.
This is why we can't have a final come down to that, because it's just that Hangover money is going to steamroll over.
We're gonna.
Okay.
Now we the final. We don't have to use it now. We could. I don't know how we're gonna sway it though. It's gonna be tough. But let's see where we.
Let's see if we don't need
Let's
it.
see
Fight
where we
to the
go.
death.
Yes.
All right. So now we have Superbad Step Brothers. I'll go first on this one. This is easy for me. I love Step Brothers, but I don't think it's anywhere near how. It has a lot of quotable lines and people love it, but I still think Superbad is a far superior movie. I'm going Superbad.
I'm going Superbad as well, because I feel like there's something about a high school kid comedy that I enjoy so much more than just Two Idiots. Yeah. I enjoy Two Idiots, and I do think that's funny.
I agree.
But I think it's an easier watch as like watching kids at parties and all that kind of stuff.
It so reminds you of like you can relate to it about when you were a kid and how they're feeling and liking a girl and doing all that, instead of like, I'm not in my 40s and a complete idiot. Like I live at home with my parents and can't relate. Like, I related to everything in Superbad.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, I remember that. Yes, I remember buying beer for the first time. It's just that how good it is.
Yes.
So, Brock, what do you think?
For those reasons, I'm going to agree.
Oh,
It's a sweet.
That one was easy for us.
Yeah, I have a
let's
feeling.
see. This other one might not be as much.
All right, so now we have Ted versus The Hangover. Love both these films.
I'm just going to say this out of the gate because I voted against The Hangover in every round and I've got overruled.
Yeah.
I'm going Ted. I don't want The Hangover to win. I think it is dumb.
Ted.
I'm going Hangover for this.
Oh,
I think it's better.
Ted.
Oh!
Easy. That was
Ted.
easy for us then. We didn't have any arguments at all. Good final.
Yeah.
Final round. We have two really strong movies, Superbad and Ted.
Oh, man.
Tough one. So let's just talk about it a little bit. Ted is very unique. I don't remember anybody doing anything like that when that movie came out. But it is what we were just talking about with Step Brothers. It's an idiot.
Yeah.
It's an idiot who like lucked out and got like a imaginary friend. He's a moron. Like how he even functions in that movie is beyond me.
Yeah.
With how stupid he is. But like Ted's very relatable, more than Mark Wahlberg, I think.
Yeah, the bear is more
The
relatable.
bear,
Yes,
because
yes.
he's like says how he feels.
Yeah.
He doesn't hold back on things. You're like, man, I wish I could talk to people like that. You know,
The Liam Neeson cameo.
his brutal honesty in it is like amazing. Where you're like, I wish I could be Ted. You don't want to be Mark Wahlberg. He's the idiot in the movie.
Yeah.
But Ted makes a lot of sense. Superbad, on the other hand, with everything we said before,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever related to a comedy more. I don't know. Like
And it was a good story. Like, it wasn't just funny to be funny. It was an actual story.
story about best friends.
Right.
Yeah, friendship.
And-
Bros before hoes.
And Ted is a great movie, but it's also a lot of like, oh, he's doing blow with Flash Gordon.
Yeah,
it's just like
Ted's
raunchy.
there's raunchiness that just went over the top. Where if you said to me, I had these two movies I'm going to watch right now, I hate Mark Wahlberg, and I'd rather watch Superbad instead of Ted because of that reason. So that's my vote, Superbad.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Superbad also.
I also was going to go Superbad.
Where were you gonna go, Justin? Not that it matters now, but
I think it's super
The
bad.
number one seed.
There you go. Because
it
it's
really-
that great of a movie.
it is that great of a movie. So it really just kind of
And look at all the careers it launched.
Yeah.
When they had McLovin in the cop car and Bill Hader's trying to get him to shoot stuff.
Oh my God. Bill Hader and Seth Rogen as the
Cops
cops.
aren't bad guys. We just make that fun. You don't have to be
Yeah.
afraid of us.
yeah, all that stuff is great. Did we just cock block McLovin? Yeah, it's great. And I think that's the key thing why guys like it also is the best friend thing.
Yeah.
Having your friend and the fear of like, you know, when you move on to something in life, and it's so relatable with all that. It's one of the most relatable comedies around. Like I love Wedding Crashers, but like I never did any of that.
Right.
You know, I never did any of that. As much as I love The Hangover, I got drunk, but I never did that.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
ended up in another country where I didn't know where I was, and it was so extreme. I think that's why people like this movie, because everything about it is we've all done.
I like whenever the menstruation on his leg, like he's like, he's got liquid detergent trying to get it off.
One of my favorite scenes in that movie is when he goes and visits Evan on the soccer field, and he's like, leave, and he's like, yeah, and he's talking. Then that one kid's like, hey, we're in the middle of a game, and he's like, remember when you pissed your pants in 7th grade? He's like, get over it, man. We all did. He's like, no one forgets. And then he's like, kicks the ball into the stands. He's like, you're getting that. No, I'm not. And he runs off the field. That's a great thing. Yeah, man. Craig, remember when you pissed your pants in 6th grade? Yeah, that's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Classic all around. So there's our winner.
Superbad.
We
Now I want
picked-
to watch again.
We picked Superbad. So
Did we have an honorable mention we want to talk that
Yeah.
should have been on this list?
Ken, any honorable mentions?
Dewey Cox, Walk Hard. Did you ever see that movie?
No.
It's like a rip off of like the Johnny Cash. Like
Who was in that movie?
it was John C. Reilly was like the Johnny Cash character, and that's when you ever see the things on
Wasn't
TikTok.
I never saw it.
Wasn't that Reese Witherspoon wasn't she the love interest?
No, she was the love interest in the regular one. It was the chick from The Office was the in this movie.
I've seen both.
Do you have an honorable mention?
Not off the top of my head, it would probably be something Adam Sandler, Happy Gilmore.
That was
That's
90s.
90s.
It's 90s.
it?
This is
Yeah.
after 2000.
This is after 2000.
Did I have to look up what movies came out this in this time period? Yes.
No.
I have one.
What's that?
Due Date.
Oh, that's me. That movie's special to me and you, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
Me
God,
and Brock watched that movie one night at 2:00 in the morning. That's a fantastic movie.
You two guys, you made out to it.
But
watching-
we put it on one night after watching
Neither
TNA
one of us has
Wrestling.
seen it before.
And we watched this, and we're fucking cracking up, dying over Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis just being insane. Robert Downey Jr. was so funny in that
He was,
movie.
as the straight man.
As just like the normal guy.
When he spit on the dog.
Hand me that dog, I'm going to rip it in half. That's a great line. But that line where he's like, if you fall asleep for even a second, I'm going to put hands on you. I'm going to choke you the fuck out. It's like, seems a bit drastic. I say that all the time. That's a very quotable movie. That's a great one, Brock. That's a great one. That's a really good
But
one.
there's like movies like Idiocracy came out.
Yeah, that was 2006. Bruce Almighty was 2003.
Yeah. Now, one I have on here that probably wouldn't make anyone's list because it's technically considered a Christmas movie, but I love Fred Claus with Vince Vaughn. I think that movie is absolutely hilarious. It's got a lot of heartfelt things in it. It's not relatable because it's Santa Claus's brother, but I love Vince Vaughn, and he had great lines in that movie. Great lines. That's one of my favorite comedies from that era too.
I might have saw Santa Claus.
Watch it at Christmas time. It's fucking hilarious. Hey, so there you go. We went way too long again because that's what we do. We went 30 minutes. Yep. But yeah. Let us know what your favorite movie is in the comments if we missed any. And we'll do another one of these soon. Well, we won't. It'll be like 6 months. But anyway.
Probably. All right. Please like, share, subscribe, invite, tell your friends. Have a great evening.
Later.